Sagittarius, this month is your time to shine as we spend most of December in your astrological season. I really see that there is a lot of emphasis on you, your identity, and the way that you express yourself, but you may also be reconsidering your values and finances. If you're excited for this month's reading, then definitely be sure to hit like, subscribe, and the bell notification so you can always stay up to date with what's in the cards for you. I want to wish you all a very happy and blessed holiday season. I know that this time of year can be challenging for some people, so I'm really sending lots of warm wishes to you and your loved ones and anyone you know who needs it. I'm actually running a sale on my website, so you can get 20% off all of my services using the code GOODTIDINGS. This is good through the end of December, and I really think that this is just a great time to get a reading or Reiki session done. That way you can start off the new year on the right foot. By popular request, I actually do have gift cards available in my store as well, so it's never been easier to gift a reading or Reiki session to a loved one. I know lots of people have asked me about that in the past, so I'm really excited to unveil those as well. And I just want to thank all of you who have supported me and this channel, and I can't believe that we've made it through another year. It really is just such a gift to be able to do this work for all of you, and from the bottom of my heart, I am so grateful for you and wish you a beautiful holiday season. As I shuffle the cards for you, Sagittarius, I'm just going to give the friendly reminder that these are general readings, meaning not all of the messages that come forward are going to be meant for you specifically. It's up to your own intuition and discernment to figure out what messages apply to your own life and what should be left behind for somebody else. Keep in mind that some of these energies may also come in the reverse, so another person's energy in this reading may actually be a match to your own and vice versa. And as I'm shuffling here, I do want to talk a little bit more about the astrology because, as I mentioned in the intro, we are in your season. I also do want to wish any of you who have a birthday this month a happy birthday. Of course, this video is great for anyone who has a Sagittarius rising as well as a Sagittarius moon. Really just trust that you are here for a reason, that there is some message here for you. What are the messages for Sagittarius? I really know, looking at this month, we have a new moon in your sign, and it feels like this is a very invigorating one on the 12th. We have the new moon joining together with the planet Mars, and so you may be feeling reinvigorated in some way, like there is some sort of flame or ember that is being stoked inside of you. I do also get the sense that maybe you are reconnecting with the past or reconnecting with something that you once loved, with the Six of Cups coming out first here. I really feel that the Six of Cups is you connecting to a part of yourself, something that maybe you have neglected or something that you have been disconnected from, especially because we are so much in your season. There's so much focus on you. I feel like this is a really good time to remember the things that you care about. And that's going to be more and more true as we get further into the month. We actually do have Mercury going retrograde after the new moon on the 13th. And Mercury is going retrograde, or moving backwards, in the sign of Capricorn. And this is where we really see you rethinking values and, again, maybe reconsidering finances as well. But when I'm really looking at the Six of Cups, it feels like you are remembering what matters most to you. And I feel like there is something that is very replenishing. There's kind of this rejuvenation that comes from reconnecting with the things or thing that you love, or maybe the people that you love as well. But there's something about you returning to your own heart. That's really what I am getting here. We do also have the King of Pentacles as well. So I feel like some of you really are in the process of building stability. And it's also knowing what your foundations are. That's actually what I'm hearing right now. You are remembering what your foundations are built on, or reconnecting to your foundations. And this is actually kind of interesting too, because the new moon that we have is actually forming a square, or kind of a conflict with Neptune in Pisces. And so there may be some sort of conflict between your sense of self versus what your family wanted for you, or what traditional notions of success were for you. I feel like a lot of you have been trying to define yourself in terms of other people's success, in terms of what other people do to be happy. And I think we do that very often in our society. We see people living a certain way, or we think we're supposed to emulate others. You know, most of us enter into relationships because it's like, well, this is what I think a relationship is, and you're here. Why don't we just go and try and do that? Versus having a really authentic heart to heart where this is what I want. What do you want? What works for us? And I feel like in the way that we relate to our lives overall, we're not really that connected to our heart most of the time, or we're not really given that that opportunity to let the heart weigh in. We do have justice here, very central to your reading. And this is about that balance of the head and the balance of the heart. And so I really do feel like you need to weigh something out more. You're feeling what you value here again. This is very, very important. Actually, let's clarify. Why is justice on the table? Justice with the Empress. It's interesting because the Empress actually is ruled by Venus. If you can see that symbol for Venus on the shield here. And Venus is again about the things that we value, the things that we are attached to. It relates to things like love, money, beauty. I feel like there is a lot of you really reconnecting with this. Because when I look at this King of Pentacles, I feel like a lot of you have been working towards maybe conventional success, or you feel like you are only successful if your life looks a very specific way. And maybe you've steered a little bit off your own course in this process. And it feels like you're figuring out what works for you, what happiness looks like for you. And I feel like you're just very objectively taking stock of things this month. What else do we have for Sagittarius? I feel like there's a lot, interesting, I feel like there's a lot of you looking at your subconscious mind this month as well. This actually makes a lot of sense with the King of Cups showing up here. I say that because we do have some planets moving through Scorpio. We actually have Venus, the Empress, moving through Scorpio, and it's forming some oppositions with Uranus and Jupiter in Taurus. And the way I really look at this, it's like, again, there's stuff from your subconscious that's coming up, and you're looking at your day-to-day life, your day-to-day routine, because that's just what these two zodiac signs rule over for you. And you're looking at them, and it's like something isn't congruent. Maybe the life that you've made for yourself isn't congruent to your mental health, or maybe you need to reshift things, shift your priorities, shift your day around in order to be more emotionally healthy. Because I do feel like there's a lot coming up emotionally this month. And it feels like you're really figuring out, well, what do I believe in versus what was I taught to believe in? That's something that's really, really important. Tell me more about this King of Cups. The Magician. Yeah, you're figuring out what it is that you really want. Sagittarius, you're figuring out what it is that you want to manifest. Because I feel like you've been trying to fulfill other people's expectations. Or maybe this is something you have done in the past. And if you're being really honest with yourself, maybe this is something that you're still doing now. And you could be doing this in your relationships. You could try to become the person that another person wants you to be. You could be trying to be happy at a job that isn't really aligned with you. There's really a number of different situations or energies that this could apply to, and ultimately how it's going to manifest in your own life is really going to be dependent on your own individual circumstances. But what I'm really getting from Spirit right now is that it's important that you value the things that you are working towards. That you are living your life for your own happiness, for your own sense of accomplishment. What does it mean to be successful? Maybe it's not about having a certain amount of money in the bank. Maybe it's about being happy, doing something that sustains you, that you enjoy. So I feel like there's this rethinking your notions of success this month. What is happening for Sagittarius in the future? Show us clearly, please. Interesting. We have the Six of Pentacles with the Three of Swords. I actually want to clarify that. The Ten of Swords. I'm going to be honest, Sagittarius. I feel like some of you... I don't think you're the one getting your heart broken, actually. I'm going to say this pretty boldly. You might be breaking someone's heart, or maybe you're doing something that disappoints someone because you're doing what's right for you, what's true for you. And especially if you're younger, or maybe if someone invested in you financially, like maybe there was someone who, just as an example, like helped you go to school, helped pay for your education, and you decided that you wanted to do something different. Or maybe someone just supported you energetically through something, and you're realizing that you're in a different place. You want something different with your life. And for some reason, I feel like this person feels betrayed, or feels like, I don't even want to say taken advantage of, but it feels like there's someone who just has a reaction to something that you are deciding to do. And I'm almost getting this line of, after all I've done for you, after all I've given you, this is how you treat me. And it's not about you mistreating anyone. I think you're coming back into alignment with what your heart wants, and in that process, you might actually be disappointing maybe friends, or a loved one, or someone you're in a relationship with, or even a family member. I actually do feel like there is some sort of family connection here. This feels very strong. So this is either someone who is literally family to you, or someone who is very close to you, who is like family to you. And it feels like, I don't want to say you're breaking a bond, but that's how this other person might see it. You're just doing what's aligned for you, and there might be something that's no longer aligned with you anymore. Very interesting. Any other messages for Sagittarius? I think any other messages for Sagittarius? The moon. Yeah, I feel like there's a lot of projection. I feel like someone expected something from you, and you defied their expectations. It wasn't even like a verbal agreement, is what I'm getting. And maybe some of you have been afraid of this. Maybe some of you have been dreading this. But I feel like with the King of Cups and the Magician, you're very mature about this. I don't think you're just being flighty. I think you're just standing up for yourself. And sometimes when you do that, when you really make a commitment to living authentically or in your heart, that is going to create some waves that's disruptive for other people. And when I look at the moon, it was like this unspoken expectation that you would always be a certain way, or you'd show up in a certain way. And I don't even think it's what you agreed to, if I'm being completely honest. This is very interesting. You will have to let me know in the comments down below how this is landing, because I feel like there's a very specific relationship where someone like basically did something expecting something in return, and it wasn't a verbalized thing. It's almost like codependent is actually kind of how I'm reading this. What else do we have for Sagittarius? We have the Page of Cups, Two of Wands, and Temperance. Okay, so something that's coming up for me for some of you, there could be someone who has feelings for you, and Maybe this person helped you with something or gave you something. And to be honest, Sagittarius, I feel like you're just not feeling this person. I mean, this could potentially be going in the reverse as well, but it feels primarily like it's directed towards you. And it's almost like this person kind of hurt their own feelings. I don't want to say it's like they thought that they could buy your love, but it's like they thought they were courting you in some way. And maybe part of this, there actually could be someone getting your attention. We have the Page of Cups with the Two of Wands and Temperance all coming out together. It feels like some of you are connecting with someone. Maybe connecting with someone from another place with the Two of Wands, or connecting with someone online. Or you're just looking into the future about a specific person. It feels like your attention is elsewhere. Like, I feel like a lot of you are kind of in the situation where there's someone who wanted your attention, and with so much of a spotlight on you this month, I think there's a lot of people vying after you. But then with the Page of Cups, Two of Wands, and Temperance, it feels like your heart is just elsewhere. That could be in another person, that could be in another situation. You really want freedom right now, actually. You want to be able to follow your own heart. And I think for Sagittarius, that's kind of hard, because Sagittarius is I'm a Sag moon myself. I'm not saying this as like a slight at you, but we can be a hard sign to love because we need a lot of freedom. We need the space to go after what it is that we want. And I really feel that here. You want some adventure. You want something to excite you. And Temperance is your energy. And we do have Venus entering into your sign at the end of this month, right on the 30th, right before the new year. And so self-love is actually a really big theme here as well. And I feel like a lot of you are looking over the course of this month at maybe ways that you have abandoned yourself or not really stayed committed to yourself. And this is like regardless of relationship status, right? Like, you're always going to be in a relationship with yourself. And how you're navigating in relationship to other, are you valuing your own heart? Are you valuing yourself? That's something that's really going to be thematic, I think, honestly, throughout December and even into January. We do also have Mercury going retrograde into your sign. It starts out retrograde in Capricorn and it ends retrograde in your sign. It moves forward. It moves direct on the 1st. And there's actually a lot of things that are shifting right around the new year because we have Mercury going direct. You're realizing things about yourself. You're having these epiphanies. And especially around the 22nd, we have Mercury and the Sun coming together. And this is going to be a very radiant time for you. This is going to be about you reinvesting in yourself, reinvesting in the things that you value and care about the most, because this is happening in the sign of Capricorn. We do also have Jupiter, your ruling planet. So it's very important. Jupiter is moving direct or moving forward once again in the sign of Taurus. And again, I really feel like you are working towards something. You are manifesting something. You're restructuring your whole life. Some of you do have some money coming in as well. That's something that I'm hearing. Like, there's some money that's been delayed that will be coming in that might actually be in January. And that kind of makes sense with Mercury being retrograde through most of December. There can be some miscommunications or some errors that happen. Something that may have been overlooked with the Four of Cups, but something is still coming in. There's things that you've been manifesting that are actually coming in now. And the funny thing is like, I almost get the sense with this Four of Cups, it's like, yeah, I'm getting what I want, but I might not want this anymore. What else is coming for Sagittarius? Any blessings that we should be aware of for Sagittarius? We have the Knight of Swords, going after what you want, learning as you go. Very exciting, actually. I feel like there's some sort of movement, or there's something that's just happening. It feels kind of fast. That's really exciting. We have the Death card. You are ending things that aren't serving you. Maybe with an air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Death isn't always a bad card. And I literally asked, what are the blessings coming for Sagittarius? There are things that are coming to an end, things that have been holding you back, and you're finally getting freedom. Other blessings, we have the High Priestess. You are very intuitive this month as well. You are very dialed into spirit, and very dialed into the unseen. Your intuition is very, very strong. I feel like it's important for you to pay attention to your dreams as well. This is just a really good time to meditate, to really connect with your inner voice, your inner wisdom. I feel like there's even someone supporting you on the other side. There are guides or family members that you are feeling, especially around Christmas time is what I'm getting, or around the holidays. There's someone who is really celebrating or joining with you. And this could be an earth sign. Virgo, could also be Taurus or Capricorn, someone who is connecting to you in spirit. We also have Scorpio energy there as well. I really feel like there is just someone who is coming in and really supporting you, making the choices that you need to make. And it feels like a family member for a lot of you. And it's like you are breaking a cycle. You are breaking a cycle of codependency by choosing what it is that you need to do to love yourself and to love your life. There's like this element of healing an ancestral pattern there. So that's very interesting as well. I'm kind of getting a mixed energy in terms of gender. So for some, I think it's just kind of 50-50 for the audience. But it feels like a lot of your family members are coming in at this time to really encourage you to follow your own heart and to do that very authentically, even if that hurts other people's feelings, which unfortunately that does happen. But ultimately, you're not responsible for that. It's important that you are being honest with yourself, because you're only going to end up hurting people more if you're not being authentic with who you are out the gate, or what it is that you want, or what it is that you need. So very, very interesting energy. I'm going to pull an animal card for you as well, just kind of looking at energies for you to embody. We have the cheetah. Again, you're moving along really quickly. You're going after your purpose. The cheetah is a very radiant and fiery energy, and it's about going full speed after what it is that you want. You're reconnecting with your purpose. You're reconnecting with this thing that gives you a spark. But we also have the fire ants as well. And that's actually rocking some boats. That's triggering some people. And that often happens. Because these people don't see yet that they're responsible for their own happiness. And they're coming after you. They might be calling you selfish. And I mean, with Mars in your sign, it honestly just makes sense that you could be getting some of that attention or having some conflict around you. But I really want to emphasize the fact that the cheetah here is what came out first. This is the strongest energy. I don't think this is really holding you back or weighing you down, especially as the cheetah. You know, like, you're moving, you're doing what you need to do, you're going after your dreams, you're manifesting what it is that you want. And it's more just like, acknowledging, yeah, like some people are getting really triggered by this because on some level they don't believe they deserve their happiness. But that's almost kind of like a side note. And I don't want to focus on that too much because I feel like something really good is happening for you this month, Sagittarius. You're finally saying yes to yourself. You're going after what it is that you want. You might need to take some time away from people to sort of cool off. The golden egg, the heart chakra. This is a really, really beautiful month. Really, really beautiful energy. This really is about you just reconnecting to your own heart. I keep saying that, but it's very loud and apparent here. I almost get the sense like maybe some of you, not all of you, but maybe some of you are like, maybe you're like coming out of a closet or something, or just like you're coming out, you're debuting in some way. And it's ultimately a celebration. It's a beautiful thing. But it's either disappointing or triggering to some people. And I mean, that kind of makes sense with the full moon in Cancer at the end of this month on the 26th. There, right around Christmas, there could be a lot of emotions. It could be really emotional this holiday season, just saying. But there's something about something finally being revealed, something being exposed. You could be the one revealing something, Sagittarius. I don't think this is necessarily happening to you. You are revealing a truth. You are sharing something. And if these people are really right for you, they will in time come to understand and accept you and support you. And if not, you're not really losing that much of a relationship anyways, are you? So it's important that you stay clear to your heart. And I do feel like there is a relationship that's coming in for some of you. Something that feels very balanced, very reciprocal, and that might even be giving you the motivation to move forward. Because there is love in your future. There are people who love and care about you and support you, and I feel like it's much more reciprocal here. Anyway, Sagittarius, those are all the messages I have for you this month. I do hope that this was helpful. Definitely be sure to hit like and subscribe, especially if you've made it this far into the video. Again, I have a sale on my website. You can get 20% off any of my services using the code GOODTIDINGS. I also have gift cards available as well. And again, if you want to check out some of the other videos, maybe for your moon or rising sign, there may be some messages for you there as well. I want to wish you a very blessed December, Sagittarius, and I'm wishing you very happy holidays. Take care.